right, let's get this mofo going by doing a little bit of house cleaning. I see that India and China at their border, they're killing each other. Pretty crazy. I saw the video, and it's all hand-to-hand combat because I guess that's a contested territory between India and China, and they're not allowed to like have any weapons beyond their hands and like clubs and stones and shit. And turns out China killed 20 Indian soldiers with just those kind of weapons. No guns, no tanks, no air support, nothing. Just your fucking bare hands, rocks and clubs and shit. It's fucking crazy and really, it's sad, but I don't know all the details. Maybe India's in the wrong. I doubt it. China could be in the wrong, more than likely, but what the fuck do I know, right? Also, it turns out that a couple members of Congress have been revealed to have taken some coronavirus small business loans. Well, that's funny. It's almost like there needs to be transparency. Oh, wait, the Trump administration said we don't need transparency for who gets these loans. We'll show it maybe a little later down the road. Oh, go fuck yourself. It's time to go buy some guillotines and encircle the White House with them. Don't kill anybody, but just let them know we're getting real sick and tired of your shit. Some shit is going to hit the fan real soon. This level of corruption out in the open by both parties, mind you. I should point that out. There was a Democrat senator and a Republican senator that both did it. So there's no party that comes off squeaky clean here. So yeah, they can go fuck themselves. However, more good news. In back-to-back days, the Supreme Court said that LGBTQ, I think, cannot get fired from the workplace due to discrimination. So LGBTQ are now basically protected by the same protections that African Americans get, women get. Pretty much, if you're not a white man, you're good to go. You can't get fired for not being a white man. And the other one that came through just today is that the Supreme Court ruled that the Trump administration cannot end DACA, which means that if you are an illegal immigrant parent, but you give birth to your child here in a country and they're here for X amount of time, they're automatically citizens, or they have a pathway to citizenship, I believe. Which is great. You know, if you grew up here, well then fuck it, you're one of us. I don't give a fuck. There's plenty of people that are Americans and I would love to get kicked out of this country. I got a list, baby. So that's cool. What else? This one I didn't want to start off with the same rant and raven. I wanted to do more movie reviews, maybe music reviews on this one. The last one I felt like was a little too sad, a little too angry. But what the fuck? I'm actually starting this one off ranting and raving about politics too. So let's just keep going. Why not? Turns out that the coronavirus numbers have been being reported incorrectly in a lot of states, including Washington State. But that one I can easily forgive as long as it wasn't done on purpose, you know. I think there's so many unknowns with this coronavirus, you really can't judge. I'm fucking sick and tired of watching that video of Trump walking down the ramp at the West Point thing. He didn't have a stroke, cocksuckers. He's old, he's fat, he's orange. Shit happens. He didn't have a stroke. I mean, it'd be funny if he did. I wouldn't care. But no, he didn't have a stroke because he was shaking a little bit drinking the water and he had to two-hand cup it. He's got small hands, people. We know this. And then how he was gingerly walking down the ramp. Well, yeah, he's 70-something years old. And like we said, he's fucking huge. He's overweight. He's got so much makeup on. I'm sure his face is being weighed down. And he's probably got small feet, too. So, you know, who cares? I mean, if I saw an elderly man struggling down a ramp, I'd try to help him, even if they were Cheeto colored. But anyway, let's move on. Enough politics here. Let's talk about some movies. So what I think I'll do is name off the movies that I've been watching with my girlfriend. And by the way, her name is Rebecca. I don't know if I've even said that. Anyway, so just to reiterate, her and I have been doing this movie adventure where she watches a movie that I love that she's never seen, and I watch a movie that she loves that I've never seen. And the movies that I've had to sit through, no, I've been pleasantly surprised by a few of them. Some I'm just like, this movie's going to be shit. 10 minutes in, I'm like, ooh, I wonder if I jump up high enough, can I decapitate my head on the ceiling fan? All kidding aside, here are the movies. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Princess Bride, My Best Friend's Wedding, While You Were Sleeping, About Time, not In Time, About Time, Failure to Launch, and I believe I just watched that Amy Wong movie on Netflix, Always Be My Maybe. So those are the ones that she's picked for me. Now, the ones that I've picked for her were initially The Big Lebowski, Hot Fuzz, I think both Bill and Ted movies. Now, those aren't some of my favorite movies, Bill and Ted, but I don't know. I was excited because I saw the trailer, and I remember liking the movie, so we watched them. What was the other one? 9 Months was another movie. Moonstruck, and I think we just watched The Birdcage finally. And I love The Birdcage, and that was the first Robin Williams movie that I've seen since his death. I don't count 9 Months. I know some of you are like, hey, bitch, 9 Months has Robin Williams in it. Yeah, but he's only in the movie for like 5 minutes, and he only has a couple scenes. It wasn't his movie, dum-dum. No, The Birdcage is him and Nathan Lane, baby. And I love Nathan Lane. He's an amazing actor. I've always liked him. But Robin Williams, baby, is the man. So let's go through this list of movies that I've watched for the first time. Now, I know some of you are thinking, holy fuckballs. You've never seen Princess Bride? Not really. I've read the book because, I'm pretentious. And it's one of those movies that I feel like I've seen it because I've seen so many highlights and so many memes and GIFs and just references to it. It's like, I've never seen Top Gun, but I feel like I've seen it because it's basically part of American culture. And I would say, fuck yeah, Princess Bride is. Anyway, that movie I was really excited to see. The other ones, I'll be honest, I thought PU initially. Now, some of these I still say are, dog shit on the boot heel bad. I'm going to spend a lot of time on two movies. About Time and While You Were Sleeping. I think I already covered them in a previous podcast. Basically, those were the two movies that I was pleasantly surprised by. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll throw a third movie on that list. Always Be My Maybe. Now, I like Ali Wong. And I like Randall Park. The two stars. I think Ali Wong is hilarious. I loved King Cobra. Her stand-up. If you haven't seen her stand-up yet, get off your ass, baby, and watch it. What the fuck are you doing? So yeah, that one was good. It's a B movie. On a scale of A through F, I give it a solid B. But the three movies we're going to spend most of our time on is My Best Friend's Wedding, ugh, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, ugh, and Failure to Launch. Now, My Best Friend's Wedding, I remember well, let me rephrase. I remember the trailer well because I believe it played before Jurassic Park Lost World. And so it was one of those movies I thought I saw. But, I know I didn't see this pile of shit. I know my mom and my sister loved it, which usually told young Angelo. Now, this movie came out in 97. So 97, 98, I was, how old was I? 11, 12? Something weird. Right in that age where you basically want to do the opposite of what your parents do. So if my mom or my dad or my sister liked these movies, I can't watch them. I know they didn't like Jurassic Park all that much. I watched that shit all the fucking time. And I should go into why they didn't like Jurassic Park. It's because I would watch it all the fucking time and I would make them watch it all the time. I was a little cunt. I would say, I want to watch Jurassic Park and you have to watch it with me. I don't know how I wasn't baby shook or thrown out the off the balcony or like kicked down the stairs. I don't understand. My parents are saints. Anyway, My Best Friend's Wedding fucking stunk. Julia Roberts plays a horrible person. Her love interest, the guy that's getting married, her friend, Dermot Mulroney, punk ass bitch, in the movie. Cameron Diaz plays, a ditzy blonde, a role she was born to play. And then Rupert Everett played Julia Roberts' gay buddy who pretended to be her husband or fiance or some shit. No, I don't know what happened to Rupert Everett. I do not know what happened to him. I remember in the 90s and early 2000s, that British bastard was in a lot of movies. Now, you don't know, he's gone. In fact, let's find out what the fuck happened to Rupert Everett. Let's see. First off, is he British? I'm pretty certain he's British. Yeah, whenever I see a name like Burnham Deepdale, you just know. If you're born in a city called Burnham Deepdale, you're absolutely not from this country. Anyway, He was in a bunch of movies in the 90s. That's what he's known for, according to IMDb. And his best one is Best Friend's Wedding. And that should tell you something. Anyway, fuck that movie. Basically, two bitches lie to each other the entire time. And all they should have done is been like, hey, I know we've been friends. We dated. We didn't work out. Fuck it. Do you want to give it another go? Yeah, let's give it another go. End of movie. The movie would be over in 2 minutes. But yeah, My Best Friend's Wedding, garbage movie. But I can understand why it's, one of the better rom-coms or ones that's popular. It's so bad it's kind of good. Moving on to somehow a movie that's even worse than My Best Friend's Wedding. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. If this movie was toilet paper, I wouldn't wipe my ass with it because I'm sure I'd get a rash. Fuck this. Oh, wait! This movie was fun. Fuck, I'm mixing up my Matthew McConaughey movies. Failure to Launch. That's the one where I wanted to use the movie as toilet paper joke and how I would get a rash. Okay, let's rephrase. Rewind. Failure to Launch is that movie. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. For some unknown reason, Kathy Bates said, I'll be in that movie. And poor dumb fuck Terry Bradshaw, fucking Captain CTE, played Matthew McConaughey's dad. And it was brutal. And Sarah Jessica Parker, now again, this may sound sexist, and I apologize to anyone who's going to be offended by this, but grow up. Be an adult. If you don't like what I'm saying, fast forward. She's so unattractive to me, it took me out of the movie. Like, I personally have never understood why she's considered attractive. God, when I say it out loud, it does sound pretty assholey. Okay, I'm an asshole. What do you want? I don't find her attractive, and I find her so unattractive, I can't enjoy her in movies. Boy, the more I say it, the more I kind of want to punch myself. It's such a garbage movie. It's such a garbage movie. I don't even want to spend time talking about it because it's that bad. For some reason, Bradley Cooper's in it, and Zooey Deschanel's in it. But this movie was 2006, so they were both pretty young and trying to get their careers started. I tell you who's another bitch in here is Justin Bartha. Like Rupert Everett, what the fuck happened to him? Justin Bartha was in so many fucking movies. He's in this movie. I think he was in the National Treasure movies. Oh, God, he was in something else that was big. But he's always playing the goofball, the guy that's like, walks in and trips over his shoe, or he goes on a date and he spills ketchup on himself, and he's like, what do I do? Oh, yeah, he was in the Hangover movies. That's right. He was the guy that was barely in the movies. That's right. Oh, shit. He was in Geegly? That Brian Affleck, Jennifer Lopez movie? That poor bastard. Actually, he's only been in 34 roles, though. Oh, well. Justin Bartha, if you hear this, I'm pulling for you. You were fun in some of those movies. But Failure to Launch? Oof. You may want to lie about that one. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Not a good movie. But it's better than the other two. I at least chuckled a few times. I at least thought the chemistry was good between McConaughey and Kate Hudson. I didn't want to slice my throat open 15, 20 minutes into the movie, so that's good, unlike the other ones we covered. I could see why this is a popular one. The supporting cast was good. It had my homie Adam Goldberg in it. Now, I love Adam Goldberg. I don't know what happened to him. He's not in movies anymore that I'm aware of. Maybe that's a theme. Maybe in these movies, I watched the third or fourth build actor, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? So we got Rupert Everett. Don't know what happened to that British bastard. We got the guy we just talked about, which Barth something. Oh, he's gone. But Adam Goldberg, that motherfucker was in Dazed and Confused, A Beautiful Mind, Saving Private Ryan. By the way, his character and his acting is one of the main reasons I can never watch Saving Private Ryan again. Not because he's bad in it, but because he's so heartbreakingly good in one scene. I'm going to cry just fucking talking about it. Saving Private Ryan is like a classic movie, right? We can all agree on that. If you don't like Saving Private Ryan, get the fuck out of the country and go to Russia, bitch. Now, his character in the movie, spoiler alert, but again, if you haven't seen Saving Private Ryan right now, you need to be rolled up on a carpet and be thrown off a bridge. Anyway, he plays, kind of a brash, loud soldier that just wants to get home, man. Because that's usually the roles he plays, the loud, brat, in-your-face guy. Anyway, spoiler alert, his death scene. I don't even want to describe it because my voice will get all shaky, I'll cry, I'll sound like a bitch. Anyway, his death scene was so brutal to me. Like, I think about it almost every day for some reason. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's that dramatic, but I think about it a lot. It's honestly one of the worst death scenes I've ever seen in movie or television. Definitely top 5. So it's because of that scene. It just struck a chord. I don't know. It got me down to my genetic core. I can't watch the movie ever again. Or if I do, I have to skip it. What was I talking about? What the fuck movie was I talking about that he was in? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. But that was a fun movie. Is it a good movie? No. Is it enjoyable? Kinda. You know, I've definitely seen worse. Failure to Launch, man. I really wanted to pluck out my fucking eyeballs on that one. My best friend's wedding. All of the characters were such fucking losing bastards. I didn't root for any of them. Anyway. And the movies that I've given her to watch, again, some of them were my favorites. Like, I love Big Lebowski and I love Hot Fuzz. But the other ones, I was trying to get movies that I liked, that I thought she would enjoy. She didn't really enjoy Big Lebowski. She definitely did not enjoy Hot Fuzz. But she enjoyed 9 Months. I think she enjoyed Bill and Ted's. I don't know if she enjoyed those movies. She chuckled a few times, but, you know, she's good with charity. I know she loved Moonstruck. She really liked Moonstruck. Because, again, if you don't like Moonstruck, you can go fuck yourself 3 ways. And what movie did we just watch? Birdcage she enjoyed. Because, again, she's a sane person. So I'm not sure what other movies we're going to watch. I know she has a list. I wouldn't mind watching The Fifth Element with her. Because that's such a wild, fun movie that has a little bit of romance, some action. It's not too violent. She doesn't like violence or horror movies. Yeah, I fucking love The Fifth Element, man. Lilu and all that shit. Sign me the fuck up. Side note, did you know? I just heard this, or either read it or heard it somewhere. I don't fucking know. That the original actor that was going to play Chris Tucker's character, you know, the really loud guy, was going to be Prince. But Prince bailed. I think Dave Chappelle said this, actually. Anyway, Prince was going to play that character, but he pulled out. And then Chris Tucker went in, and there we go. Chris Tucker's big, baby. I think Prince would have done it a little bit more subdued, but he still would have been kind of dramatic and still kind of a Lothario and all that shit and screaming and all that stuff. I would love to see Prince in that movie. Fifth Element, man, I love that movie. If you haven't seen Fifth Element, what are you doing with your life? Watch it. Anyway, that's it for movies. I'm trying to think if it's anything else I should say about movies that I've seen. Oh, well, if you want to talk about the movies I've seen just not related to this Rebecca and Angela movie adventure, I finished F is for Family on Netflix. Great comedy. I feel like it's the closest show we'll ever get to Married to the Children. Married to the Children is one of my favorite television shows of all time. It pretty much raised me, and it explains a lot, I'm sure. Explains a lot, actually. It's a cartoon. Bill Burr, who's my favorite comedian, or he's one of my favorites. He's probably top 3, top 5. It's amazing. Check it out. It's dark humor, but be an adult. Check it out. Almost done with The Great on Hulu, the Catherine the Great series. Let's see. I'm almost done with Better Call Saul. How did I not talk about this? One of the best shows I know most of you or many of you have never heard of is on Netflix, and it's called Dark, D-A-R-K. It's a German series, so it is subtitled. And I don't understand people that don't like movies with subtitles. Just try it. You know, get over yourself. It's not that hard. And if you're this one, I don't know. If this is your first subtitled series, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest, because it's pretty fucking wild. I can't even really describe to you what Dark is about. It involves this little German town, nuclear power, black holes, time travel, sex, murder, lying, stealing, blackmail. Motherfucker, it's got everything. If you can just get over the subtitles thing that a lot of people have, check it out. It's brilliant. And the reason I bring this up is because they just released the trailer for the final season. Season 3. Another good thing about the show. You don't get burned out. They're only doing 3 seasons. They're not doing what Lost did and fucking Weeds and Dexter and all this other shit where they just keep going. They just keep bringing up a carcass and throwing it on the television. Stop it. He's already dead. Just end it, baby. Ah, man. Like Breaking Bad did it perfectly. Anything with Ricky Gervais, usually he ends it just at the right time, it seems. Anyway, The Wire, only a couple seasons in. Money. Game of Thrones, don't get me fucking started on Game of Thrones. If I ever see Dan and Dave, I'm pushing them into oncoming traffic. I don't give a fuck. You know what? No judge would convict me because they all know that what I did was for the benefit of all mankind. All right, I'm talking mad shit here. Let's move on to something else here. I can talk a little TV shows here. I would say that the two last amazing shows I've watched are probably some of the best shows I've ever seen. The first one is Devs, Devs, on Hulu. That stars Nick Offerman, Sonoya Mizuno. She was in that movie Ex Machina, which was done by Alex Garland, which subsequently did Devs. I can tell you what IMDb says. A computer engineer investigates the secretive development division in her company, which she believes is behind the disappearance of her boyfriend. It's an amazing series. I can't really do it justice, so I'll try to be as concise as I can. It basically is a Silicon Valley murder, time paradox, fucking fantasy, what is reality, murder mystery, new, what do they call it? What are movies like LA Confidential called? LA Noir, mysteries. Anyway, if that sounds good to you, check it out. I give it probably a 9 out of 10. The show is fucking good. Is it perfect? No. Some of the characters I couldn't stand. Some of the decisions, meh, of the series, and but overall it was crazy. Now, Alex Garland, the guy that created it, is so cool. The guy did Ex Machina. He also did Annihilation, which is that Natalie Portman going into the bubble of alien stuff. Okay, what I just said sounds dumb as fuck, but it's really cool. It's about a team of women, scientists, soldiers, biologists, blah, 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 blah. They go into this zone, which has been like an asteroid hit, and now it's formed like a bubble around it. So it's a science fiction movie, but there's so much. It's horror, it's suspense, it's thriller, it's drama, it's action, it's everything. Plus, it has one of the most horrific scenes I've ever seen. I will probably never watch the movie again because of that reason, of that one scene. I love the movie. It was a really good movie, but there's this weird thing that the movie does where I don't want to spoil it, but shit within that little bubble, that alien bubble. Oh, I need a little drink here. I'm getting that cotton mouth. Anyway, some of their inside that bubble, the animals' DNA and genetics start getting all fucky. And so animals start to evolve into things that we can barely recognize. And there's a creature in there that it fucked me up. Like there was a lot of scenes in that movie that made me very unsettled. Like it made my skin crawl. Like down to my genetic core, I felt shivers. Like I almost had when I was watching that movie. It's like I had an acid flashback to my early ancestors when we were in caves and huddled around a fire and we heard big monsters walking around and we just had to pray to the tree gods that we'll be okay for one more night. It got me. It just got me. It really fucked with me. A movie hasn't fucked with me like that since that mediocre movie Signs. Now Signs scared the shit out of me. I think watching that movie in the movie theater took probably 6 or 7 years off my life total. It just triggered something that I couldn't handle. It was the sound effects. It was the way they looked. It was the suspense. There was that birthday scene in like Spain or some shit or Barcelona. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. Anyway, Alex Garland, he's a pretty cool dude, and I think he's writing the Halo movie. I don't fucking know. He's writing it or directing it or some shit. But anyway, and the other show. It was a big thing in 2019 near the end, but it's even more amazing now with what's going on in the real world, sadly, is Watchmen. LaFonda, I'm talking here, bitch. Chill. Watchmen. I mean, who in their right minds hasn't seen this yet? The show is amazing. It's on HBO. I think it's on Hulu now. It's done by Damon Lindelof. He's done some of my favorite TV shows, so I'm a little biased. Damon Lindelof is amazing. You'll probably know him that he did Lost. When I say he did, he wrote it, and I think he directed a few episodes. He also did one of my favorite shows of all time, like top 10 all time, The Leftovers. If you haven't seen that show, get off your ass and watch it. Now, the first season, some episodes are like painful to watch because it's just so horrifically depressing. But if you can make it through, it's well worth it because the second and third seasons, it's amazing. The fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, Watchmen. I mean, first off, if you haven't read the graphic novels, I don't know why you're against America, but read the graphic novels. If you haven't seen the movie, I get it. The movie is so-so. I personally love the movie, but I know it's a so-so movie. Again, it's, if not the best, it's one of the best graphic novels, and I think it's taught in, like, universities and shit now. I mean, it's a groundbreaking piece of work, no matter how you want to view it, but just because it's a graphic novel doesn't mean it's a fancy comic book or any of that shit. And who the fuck cares? If the story's good, the story's good. Who the fuck cares what medium it's in, you dumb fuck? Just read the fucking book. That's all I'm saying. Watch the movie if you want to. It has no bearing. But read the book and then watch the show. The show is based on the book, not the movie. Damon Lindelof, man, the guy can do no wrong. And besides The Leftovers and Lost, I think he also did a little bit of the new Star Trek series, at least the first movie. I don't know about the second ones. What am I looking at here? A writer. Well, I don't want to see writer. Oh, I do want to see writer. Yeah, Watchmen, Leftovers. I'll skip Tomorrowland. He did do a movie. Okay. World War Z, Star Trek Into Darkness, Prometheus, Cowboys and Aliens. Okay, so he's got some misses on there, but you know what? What have you done? You know what I'm saying? The guy's done Leftovers and fucking Watchmen and Lost. Who the fuck are you? You know? Who am I to criticize? LaFonda, what? All right, let's close this bitch out. This has been a wacky one here, folks. This podcast has been all over the place. Oh, and before I forget, Rebecca wanted me to clarify that no, she doesn't leave both toilet seats up. She only leaves the top one up and the second one down. Although I could have swore I saw both seats up a few times after she was in the bathroom, but I could be mistaken, you know. What's that old saying? A broken clock is right twice a day or some shit. So yeah, I could be mistaken. And what else did I want to say? Oh, I'm trying something a little different in my backyard. I've bought 3 packs of praying mantis eggs. And I think each pack has between 1 to 200 eggs. So I'm pretty excited. They haven't hatched yet. I have them sitting in the windowsill in their little cocoon-looking thing. Yeah, so there could be anywhere between 100 to 200 praying mantises in each cocoon. So, I mean, to me, I have a pretty decent-sized backyard, and my front yard is, you know, not small, but it's not big either. So, I'm thinking spread that shit out, get a bunch of praying mantises around here, start killing some of these annoying insects, start killing some of these fucking slugs. Because I tell you what, that's the main reason I'm getting some praying mantises in this garden, is because I have so many slugs out here. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Well, just, you know, get some slug repellent or, you know, start pouring salt on them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but, you know, as a kid, I remember my dad would tell me to go kill the slugs with the salt, and, you know, even as a kid, I hated seeing them squirm and, like, acidify and just kind of bubble to their deaths, if you will. And I thought, that's an awful way to go, so I'd rather them kind of die a more dignified death, you know, by getting their bodies ripped apart by praying mantises or some shit. You know, let nature take its course. So yeah, fuck them slugs. I love praying mantises. I hope I'm assuming, let's say I get 400 eggs out of these three sacks, if you will. It'd be so cool to just wander around my backyard and see a couple praying mantises just chilling there. I'm assuming the majority of them aren't going to make it, because that's nature. That's life in the big outdoors, baby. So, but I'm pretty excited. I like praying mantises, I always have. I like all mantises. Even the mantis Pokemon, I think that's pretty cool. What's that Pokemon's name? Scyther? That motherfucker was so cool. When I was a kid, he was like one of my favorite Pokemon. Scyther! Yeah, shit's dope. Oh, God, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, Phase 2 started in King County, so that means certain businesses and restaurants have opened up. I took Rebecca out to Anthony's out in Des Moines, had me some Dungeon S crab cakes. Holy fuck, was it good. Oh, my mouth is drooling just thinking about it. But, God, I love crab cakes, and Dungeon S crab cakes is even better. And Anthony's, they do seafood right. They're not paying me to say any of this, but if you like seafood, go to Anthony's. Plus, we caught a bunch of cool Pokemon out there on that Pokemon Go app, so that was cool too. What was my point here? Oh yeah. So furniture stores are opened up now. So I've been looking around a couple different areas. Sumner, Auburn, Tukwila, Renton. I went out to Bellevue, and I tell you what, I fully expected to pay a little bit more money because it's Bellevue. You're gonna pay more no matter what. But the audacity these rich cunts had in Bellevue, charging $6,000 for like a $2,000 sofa set, charging $8,000 for a bedroom set that really should have been about $3,000 tops. And I couldn't tell the difference sitting on a $5,000 couch compared to a $1,000 couch. And I went to about 4 or 5 places out there, just getting more mad after each and every store. But the worst part is the clientele. The people working there, great. Did not have a bad customer service out there at all. But I tell you, I heard some of the other customers, Karens. All of them Karens. I really wanted to just start whooping one woman in Crate and Barrel. I think I was in the kitchen appliance section. I wanted to plug in a blender and just shove her head in it because she was just bitching. I've been waiting for a representative for almost 10 minutes. Bitch, just take another Valium and chill, all right? And then some guy said, well, we're short-staffed right now. Or, he said that's, the standard. Hey, we're trying. We don't have a lot of people right now. This is, not normal times. And then the customer started bitching about the face mask, of course, fucking Karens, and her poor daughter was there, just horrified that her mom was being a capital C cunt. But anyway, still looking for furniture. Haven't really found the perfect set yet. I'm still using the furniture I've had since, some of the shit I've had since high school and college. Some of it's newer, but it's shit because I bought it when I was, living check to check. I mean, I still kind of do live check to check. I just live a little bit more easier from check to check, But yeah, praying mantises, great. Fuck slugs. Fuck Bellevue. Furniture shopping is fun. Well, I think this is a good time to wrap up this podcast. I wanted to keep this one a little bit more light. I know there's a lot of crazy shit happening out in the world between the protests, Trump, that fucking Tulsa rally, holy fuck. Don't you just wish a sinkhole opened up and the whole motherfucker just went right through and kept going until it reached the center of the earth and then landed in China? I think that's how it works. So yeah, I wanted to keep it a little bit more light, talk about movies, talk about TV, talk about some funny shit. I am excited for one movie that's coming out. I think it was supposed to be out already, but with coronavirus, you don't know anymore. Black Widow. I'm a sucker for those Marvel movies. I will be the first to admit they're not great movies. Most of them are kind of shit. But I loved Avengers. I loved Captain America, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok. I can go on. The Spider-Man movies, okay. Captain Marvel, and Black Panther, and Ant-Man, and most of the Thor movies, except Ragnarok. It's fucking dope. But Black Widow looks like something pretty cool. I like the cast they got. I like the actors. I like the idea of going back in time and tying up her backstory. But I'm a fucking nerd, people. That's one thing you gotta know. I know I talk a hot game. I know you think I'm pretty much a pimp, stone cold, amazing guy, but I'm pretty much a goddamn nerd, I love me some Marvel. I love me some DC. I love me some Jurassic Park. I love me some Godzilla. I love all those monster movies and shit. Sign me up. Anyway, I love y'all. Hopefully you're loving one another, taking care of each other. If I don't see you soon, have a good 4th.